You think a steel case is going to keep this guy contained? Here's your spooky spot in the Halloween 4K Amazon exclusive Steelbook edition. I see that Myers hasn't escaped, but I see that the spooky candle has. We're going to be opening this up. I just recently ordered this over on Amazon, where right now it's an exclusive there. This is a steelbook of the original Halloween 1978 film coming released in a 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray format. It's a limited edition steel case, and as it is right now, Amazon has listings not only for Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 3. Halloween 1, in fact, comes out right now, so you can get this at any given time. Halloween 2 is slated to drop in, I think, September 30th, 2025, and then exactly a month after that, they're going to be releasing Halloween 3. I don't know if they have plans yet to release any of the other films after the fact. It was definitely interested in getting myself the steel case version of Halloween, simply just because there hasn't really been a good release of steel books, or for that matter, 4Ks of Halloweens. Sure enough, there are the ones that were released by Scream Factory, if you ask me, though. Even though I like the hard cases of these, I think the cover art is absolute garbage. And the worst thing about these is that if you don't like the look of these, every one of Scream Factory's 4K releases all have something that looks like this. Michael Myers basically just posing with a background behind him. I mean, again, I do like the idea that they have the hard case, but truth be told, though, a lot of times I only have maybe 2 or 3 of these. I think I have Halloween 3, Halloween 5. I have since swapped that out, and I got actually one of the slip covers from VHS Slips. So I currently have that usually as the display for my Halloween 5. I, again, only really picked up Halloween 5, the 4K, just because it had that cutout scene with Dr. Death. Anyways, that's Halloween 5. We're not going to really be talking about Halloween 5, so we'll just kind of move that all out of the way. Going, though, back to the 4K release of this, I did already have the Blu-ray of Halloween. This was part of the Scream Factory box set. And prior to that, I also have the DVD extended edition that has the extra additional 12 minutes of footage shot for television. I have a couple of other DVDs, but over the years I kind of realized, why was I keeping all these extra DVDs when I wasn't really watching them? I know there's collectors certainly out there, and I'm not going to fault those that do, that collect every version, every release of a movie. And that was me at one point. I had probably 5 or 6 different versions of the 1978 Halloween. But after a while, I kind of thought to myself, let's just kind of trim the fat, so to speak. Get rid of the ones that we don't really necessarily need, or I know I'm never going to watch. Kind of keep the ones I want to watch. So again, I keep the special edition, the extended edition that has the extra 12 minutes of footage. And then basically my go-to has always really been the Scream Factory box set that had the Blu-ray. So what's going to be different really between these two? Well, first of all, you're going to get yourself a 4K Ultra HD of Halloween 1978 film. You're also, of course, going to get yourself the Blu-ray as well. I wouldn't necessarily say, well, if I'm planning to get this, I don't necessarily need to get this, because there are some still features on this release, the Blu-ray, that haven't made their way onto the 4K. We're going to kind of talk about that in a second. I'm not going to talk about the picture quality because I haven't yet watched the movie. I've just ordered this. It just arrived. We're going to open this up. Don't know why I'm flailing my hands as much as I am. Let's grab our knife off to the side here, McCutcheons. We're going to carefully cut the plastic on the side. And let's open this guy up. We'll let the boogeyman out. The price for this, by the way, at least here in Canada, was $49.99. So for $49.99, at least I can say to myself, well, I'm getting both the 4K Ultra HD and I'm getting the Blu-ray. If you don't have a 4K player, then you can still at least rely on the Blu-ray as well, unless it's one disc. And I don't think it's one disc. I think it's actually 2. It does have, of course, the J slip, the J cover that just slides off the back. This actually does have an adhesive, I notice now here on the top. So that kind of does do a good job of keeping the J cover still on the movie itself. Here's what the back of it, by the way, looks like. Let's just peel this off. Now, I'm kind of 2 minds for this. With the 4K of Halloween, you get extra plastic. That's not what I was going to say. Here you get the benefit, though, of a front and a back of the steel case. And you basically will open it up, and I'll do it in a second, and you'll see Michael Myers' face in full form. I kind of think, though, when it comes to steel cases, and I do this a lot, the J covers, I tend to usually keep with them because it has all the features on the back. I am one that really would have preferred to have all the features kind of printed on the back of the case so that you don't always need to keep this. Because I like to be able to look at the back of the movie and say, okay, these are the features I want to watch after I've seen the film. When you remove something like this, or if you're one that even discards these, you're not going to know what's the features until you actually play the film. The features, by the way, we'll kind of talk more about in a second. I show you, by the way, I did want to show you guys the front and the back of this. Initially, I didn't like the front cover by the way it was kind of bordered like this. The more that I look at this, though, it does look like it's an actual window. I don't know if it's due this window. Michael spent all his time as a kid looking out his sister's window. How stupid was that? But the more now, like, because the J cover, again, let's just go grab it. Because the J cover essentially covered over that, I looked at that and I thought, that's a weird, awkward way of bordering off the movie. Why wouldn't they have just taken the whole image and just stretched it out to fit the edges? But now, though, that I take the J cover off, I see, though, that that's supposed to be, I guess, be the window. Am I also seeing, though, that kind of the way that the clouds are done here in the back, it does actually kind of look like a figure's face. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be the shape. Maybe it's supposed to be Sam Loomis. Maybe it's supposed to be Sam Loomis with the fried egg on his face. Oh, wait, no, that's Halloween 4. It's a weird choosing for what they've actually done here. I mean, kind of the way that they've designed this. I mean, obviously this, I think this would have looked better as being the front of the cover, because when I tend to think of Halloween, I think of obviously the Myers house. This takes us, of course, to the very beginning of the movie when Loomis has to go and retrieve Michael Myers. And then, of course, he jumps on top of the station wagon, of course, when the nurse is sitting inside. It's just odd that, I guess because they wanted to do this as like the beginning of the movie, this is kind of where everything kind of sets the scene and where Michael escapes and somehow he learns how to drive. Somebody must have taught him. And then, of course, this would be kind of more the end of the movie where it's got the Myers house. So this is where he leaves. This is where he goes to. And if you connect the two, it's a straight line. Stop that. So again, we got yourselves the windows. I do really like the look of that. I think the artwork looks good too. With Halloween 3, it's Halloween 2, it's also going to have Michael Myers' face. And then it's going to have, I think, the fire in the background and Michael Myers walking through that. And then the Halloween 3, what they're doing for the Halloween 3 is it's going to be like the skull mask. And it's going to have like the robots, maybe Dick Warlock standing in the front. So again, I really like the look of these cases. A good hard, quality steel case. If you open, though, both sides, you can see there's Michael Myers' face. I like that. I really do like that. And I know, again, looking at the timeline, I think the timeline makes sense having this being in the front. I honestly would have preferred this being the front cover, though. But that's the steel case. On the inside, though, we have ourselves 2 discs, so that answers my question right away. Of course, you have Michael Myers there, the shape in the background, Nick Castle. On the front, you've got yourself the first disc being 4K Ultra HD. The disc then behind it is the original Blu-ray. So again, you don't necessarily have to have a 4K player in order to play this. So like the case itself looks good. But here's the thing about the features. I'm going to put the J card back on here for a second. I'm not going to read the read-up. I'm sure everybody now knows the backstory of Michael Myers and what takes place with the shape in the 1978 film. But I did want to compare it, though, to the Blu-ray that we got released here by Scream Factory. Thinking, though, that it was going to be exactly the same, other than this one clearly has, though, a 4K scan from the original camera negative. I realized, though, looking at the two, there are some features that were still on the Scream Factory release on Blu-ray that didn't find its way to the 4K. So obviously the difference is, for the main one being, is that you've got the 4K scan from the original camera negative. This one wouldn't have had it. This one also does have it's approved by cinematographer Dean Cudley, presented in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. Audio commentary. Now, here's where sort of stuff starts blending together. The audio commentary with co-writer-director John Carpenter and actor Jamie Lee Curtis happens to also be on this one here as well. Audio commentary with audio with writer-director John Carpenter and actor Jamie Lee Curtis. I would think, though, that they're probably going to be not using brand new retrieved footage or interviews. I would imagine that they're probably just going to be using the same one that carried over from the Scream Factory release. So again, unless I've seen this, I'll maybe do a follow-up video, or maybe I'll just talk a little bit more of this on social media. But I would think, though, for them to list the two things together, the same two features, I would think that the features are going to be exactly the same. I don't think they're coming up with anything new for the 4K format. Also, the audio commentary with Dean Cudley, editor Tommy Lee Wallace, and actor Nick Castle happens also to be on the special features for the Blu-ray release as well. The Night She Came Home featurette is also on here too. Now, it's not here, it's in the Blu-ray format. So The Night She Came Home is one of the features, but what is on here, though, is the Halloween Unmasked 2000, which isn't on the Blu-ray. What is on here, though, is On Location 25 Years Later. I looked on here and I didn't see that feature, so that's one that has been left off on the 4K that is still on the Blu-ray. The TV version, the additional footage is still on there as well. This one doesn't have it. This one has only the TV and radio spots and theatrical trailer. Oh, sorry. The TV version footage is on there. It's on the disc 1 footage. So if I was to really, again, look at the two, you got the TV spots, the radio spots, both seem identical. Adam Rifkin on Halloween, Trailers from Hell, is not on this one. So this has like 2-3 different features on here that aren't on this one. But then there are like the On Location 25 Years Later, which isn't on this one at all. If those features aren't ones that you can be missing out on entirely, then you're probably not going to be disappointed by it. The runtime, by the way, on this is 91 minutes. 91 minutes on this one, 91 minutes on this one. So there's no additional footage there. And you can even see, too, they've still got the advertisements for both Scream and a Shout Factory, which again leads me to believe that they're using the exact same featurettes that were on the original format. So again, like if you have the two, the only real reason I would imagine to go back to watch this one again would be the On Location 25 Years Later. And I think is that the only one? I think that is the only one. Yeah, most, if not everything else, is all packed on this release. So at least, again, like if you didn't get the chance to get yourself the box set from Scream Factory, you could get yourself then the 4K, and it has everything covered except for the On Location 25 Years Later featurette. As for, though, the case design itself, I like it. I do really like it. It's a far cry, though, from really what Scream Factory was doing initially with their 4K format releases. Again, I do like the hard covers. What I don't like, though, is the artwork. I think, if anything, go back to the original poster art. If you're not going to do it, commission something a little bit nicer that looks like this. Just all of these look garbage. At one point, though, Scream Factory had a markdown sale on all their 4Ks, and I was really tempted to start kind of picking up all the original Scream Factory Halloweens on 4K, because I missed my chance on getting a couple of them. Again, I still think I have 3. I know I have 5, obviously, here. I would have gone back and tried to pick up the first and the second one, the fourth, the 6th again, and then again there was also the box set as well. I don't know, though, for the Amazon exclusives, if they are planning to do any other ones than the first, the second, and the third. The first one is out now. Again, it's I paid it for like $49.99 here in Canadian dollars on the Amazon.ca app. Then there's, again, the release one of the Halloween 2 that's going to be coming out September 30th, and then track another month on top of that, released October 28th for around that same price. The Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, also limited edition, is also going to be dropping over on Amazon as well. If you guys have had the chance to pick this one up, let me know down below in the comments section. Do you like the cover art? Do you think maybe like this should have been maybe the cover art and this should have been, I don't know. I think like this would have worked better, maybe flipped and had Michael over here. This I would have chose, I think, better to have it on the front cover, but I don't mind the electricity. I don't mind him leaping on top of the station wagon. Again, considering that this is the beginning of the movie, and then this is basically where he needs to get to. This is where he leaves from. This is where he's going to. The steel case, again, looks really good. Now that I know it's a window, it looks a little bit better. Before having the card on top of that, I thought to myself, why would they have stupidly bordered off the movie? But now that I realize it's a window that Michael always looked out of, speaking of things that are stupid, I don't think it bothers me as much. Have you guys had the chance to pick this one up? Let me know down below in the comments section. And also, will you be also pre-ordering Halloween 2 and Halloween 3? Again, Amazon exclusives. If you guys did enjoy this spookerific review, do it a solid, throw it a like. You guys want to stick around for more so? I hope so. Obviously, this is just the beginning of our Spooky Spots season for 2025. There's going to be a lot more videos, spookerific reviews coming your way. So I hope you guys are going to be coming back for that. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.